Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a good day. Oh my goodness, look at this pump. What's up, Infinity? Oh, hey Rick, I gotta add Rick as a mod because I gotta pause the Nightbot as well. It's gonna start banning people for no reason. Rick is shorting. Rick is short now. Rick is short, and we are right into some resistance for Bitcoin right now. Last time, I think I outlined this in yesterday's video as well. This previous high right here, right around 22,800, and then your next high after that's going to be at 25,000. Are we going to be able to punch through this level and head towards 25,000? I'm up 1,550% on my 100x inverse perpetual long on BTC. Great stuff, my man. Happy to hear that. Hey, Fareed. I doubled my position at 18,500. Attaboy. Good stuff. Good for you, my man. Crazy day in the markets too. The S&P pumped all the way back up to here past that 200-day once again, and we could very easily take out this previous high. Same thing for the Nasdaq. Nasdaq's already starting to take out these highs right here, these previous closes. We closed higher now. Look at that Russell pumping up as well. We could very easily potentially go back up to 4,300 on the S&P. You know, we could float up to this level right here, then chop sideways, and then we could have our major reversal back towards the downside. Because ultimately, I don't even think that we will make a new alt. In my opinion, I have zero confidence in us going back up to here anytime soon at all. But the market seems to think that, and I think that we might have actually like a pretty good chance of pumping through this level right here. You know, we already recovered all this downside. Lots of hope in the markets. Markets are getting very excited on the Fed pivot. You know, it's lots of factors are coming into play here for the S&P. Markets are getting really bullish. You take a look at Bitcoin, take a look at gold. Look at this massive rally that gold had, and it's still moving up towards the upside. Look at natural gas though. Look how much that gas has dumped. It's crazy. Holy guacamole, look at this level on nat gas all the way down here. Down to $3. We hit the $3 level today. Look at that, 3.006. This is going to get one hell of a bounce. And again, look at the weekly time frame. Red candle after red candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles in a row now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, right? You start after these big dumps, and then once you run into that key support level, you get a major bounce back up towards the upside. It'll be very interesting to see how nat gas performs next week. Again, a lot of some people are starting to get into some calls. I was looking at the Twitter, and I could see this guy that I follow is buying some call options for next week on UNG. If you guys don't know what UNG is the United States Natural Gas Fund. And look how oversold it is right now, down to $10. Absolutely crazy. That is insane. It was at $34, and now it's down to $10. $10.25. That's just insane. Wow. Just wow. Look at all these buy signals too. 12-hour time frame. Oh yeah, daily time frame. Anything on the 3-day? Nothing on the 3-day. Anything on the weekly? Nothing on the weekly, right? Yeah. Aave. Alright, Infinity wants to take a look at Aave. Let's take a look at Aave. Aave is back to its resistance right here, and it's getting rejected right now. It came back to its resistance on the 4-hour time frame. It wasn't able to get past this. Looks like it's double topping right now. Well, we're gonna have to see. You know, everyone's very bullish right now on Bitcoin, so I wouldn't be surprised if some alts keep pumping. But you know, some people are short in my Discord right now. I think Rick is short. Rick is short. Oil getting a nice pump back up towards the upside. If you guys haven't seen already, oil has a very nice chart. Oil. Let's take a look at oil. This one? Yeah, it's something like this. You can see, look at that, WTI is coming back up and retesting this as resistance right now. Could very easily get rejected and come back down. So if you're thinking that oil could break back up, you know, back to 150, then yeah, it could happen, but we're more likely going to get some downwards price action for gold. I'm still expecting $65 for crude oil. I think the market is a little bit detached of what's going on in the economy, but that's okay because the market wants up, then up, you know? If apes want up, go up, we'll go up. But just know that once we go up, the downside is going to be significantly worse the longer we wait for that draw. All right, once we get back up to here, I think it's going to be a big capitulation down to 3,500, and it's going to have people in a panic. Ethereum. Yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum. Oh, ETH is getting a sell signal right now too. At 1661. The daily time frame. Let's look at the 12-hour. Yeah, you're getting a couple sell signals right here on you're getting some big selling pressure right now on Ethereum. But yeah, let's take a look at the ETH chart. I do have an ETH chart. Okay, back up to 1644. I think it has 1670. I think that's where Infinity was looking to short, right around here at 1670. Again, that would have been a really nice short entry for you guys if you go to short 1670. Anything else you guys want to take a look at? It was some crazy stuff happening in the market today. I think RVN, it was Ravencoin was pumping up like crazy. Holy cow, look at that pump today. Ravencoin is back up to its 200-day moving average. Got above it, closed above it. Now it's trying to hold it right above it. Again, I do mine Ravencoin too, so it's quite nice to see your holdings pump up like 65%. It's always funny to see that. Let's take a look at Ethereum Classic as well. Let's take a look at Ethereum Classic while we're at it. Look at Ethereum Classic. Oh, not that much of an up move in Ethereum Classic. Just bought $100 of Bitcoin for the first time. Google. Want to take a look at Google? Sure. Google had a nice up move today as well. Google. Look at that. Google's at 98 bucks now. It's up 14% from its lows here. Tesla too? Yeah, for sure, no problem. Let's take a look at Tesla. Look at Tesla. Oof, beautiful. Let's take a look at Tesla on the new indicator. Oh, look at that beautiful buy signal right at the bottom. Obviously, you had these couple ones here as well, but those were some misses. Unfortunately, during that big sell-off. Daily time frame, 3-day. Look at that 3-day. 3-day was your big confirmation here, and now you're up from the lows. Spotify is back up to some resistance here. Right up to 98 bucks. We're getting really close to a reversal on natural gas. Like, it's not even funny. Like, this thing is gonna rip up. Oh, it looks like we made a low here. Yeah. Been holding ever since. Yeah, who hasn't smashed the like button? You guys are not getting any free stuff. No more giveaways. This is all cancelled. Look at that Dow Jones too. Dow Jones looks a little bit weak to me, to be honest. Doesn't look too strong. No problem, Carlos. Ask Habib says smash. Smash. Smash the like button. Let me check to see how much Rick is. Oh, Rick stopped streaming inside my Discord. Bank of Japan is hinting they may drop yield curve control, in turn triggering an interest rate hike, affecting global markets. Heard some rumors about it's only Binance buying up BTC to not make their own token fall, as they are onto CZ, but bigger entities are selling as they buy. Who said this? Where did you hear this? Let's do some investigating, guys. Let's do some investigations. We're investigating. Binance. Best burgers near me. I don't know. I don't know what to Google here. But let's look at the Forex Factory. Let's take a look what we got on the plate for next week. Yeah, Massive says buying Bitcoin to keep BNB price up doesn't make any sense. Seems kind of coping. Or copying, or I don't know. Yeah, I asked him where did he get the information. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. Yeah, so it's next week on Monday. We don't really have anything. On Tuesday we have the Flash Services PMI, and then on Wednesday we have the Bank of Canada monetary policy statement. So we're gonna see a rate hike in Canada. It's expected to increase by 25 basis points. And then on Thursday we have the U.S. advanced GDP quarter over quarter is set to decrease, so a contraction. And then we have Friday. Let me check Friday. Oh yeah, sorry, we have unemployment claims. And then new home sales. It's gonna be interesting to see. And we have Friday is gonna be the core PCE index. So again, the PCE, very important. We're gonna see how that's gonna do. Very, very interesting. And then near the end of the month, nothing too much, just Canadian GDP and U.S. consumer confidence. And then on the on the February the 1st is going to be the FOMC statement and the federal funds rate. So what do you guys think? It's going to be crazy. Oh boy. Silver is starting to top out here. Silver is starting to run into some big resistance, but the way it's consolidating, it could really easily be getting ready for a big breakout as well. You know, the way it's just floating up here, it could be just consolidating for its next move up. And if its next move up is gonna be like, you know, it's really gonna start to put pressure on the people who are short silver. Silver is probably one of the most short, the asset class that is shorted the most. So, and if silver gets a big rally towards the upside, do you know how many liquidations we're gonna hit? How many margin calls are gonna hit? Silver's gonna start flying up like crazy if that happens. And you better guess them gold miners are gonna rip up as well. And the silver miners as well. Apple earnings on the 23rd. Yep. Apple earnings are coming soon, and you know, Paul is expecting earnings to be a big miss. And if earnings are a big miss, then you are going to get a very, very bad time in the markets here. Let's take a look. Let me just pull this up here. Earnings. are coming soon. I think it's next week, or it's gonna be February 2nd. February 2nd. That's when it's coming up. Apple. See, Apple's February 2nd. It's not the 23rd. Is that on the 23rd? It says February 2nd here. You can Google it. Yeah, February 2nd after market close. Paul's expecting a big miss. If they miss, we dump. Yeah, February could be the month that we start to dump. So Paul's had a very interesting theory that's starting to play out very nicely. And Paul was actually looking at the S&P here. Let me just... How do we get out of here? I'm gonna go back to my chart. What the hell is this? How do I get out of here? What the hell did I do? There we go. I don't know why wave edge is here now. It should be TA. Alright. What is? Yeah, I saw Goldman's missed their numbers. Holy shit! And now they're under investigation from the Federal Reserve or something. It's not looking good for Goldman. Goldman's really looking bad. And then Morgan Stanley was up like 8% on the day. It's just complete opposite side of the coin. Jesus, my English. Look at Goldman today. Goldman was down 2.5%, even with the market rally in the end of the day. And this was their earnings day. Big miss. Look at that. Surprise. EPS was a big miss. And Morgan Stanley. Surprise. Yeah, the Apple. Okay, we weren't done with Apple. Don't you go anywhere, Paul. We had another one for Apple. Actually, no. I want to finish up with Paul's theory. So Paul was actually looking at the S&P coming back down here to 3,800, which it did, and we consolidated for like a whole week, and then we had another push up towards the upside. Now we're retesting this as resistance right now. And we came back down to retest this as support once again. Looks like we are starting to hold this level as support again, and we're pumping back up. If we pump back up and we push past this level, we could get a very, very big push towards the upside. We could easily get back up to 4,200 and even as high as 4,300. At which point we could consolidate here, and then I think that after we consolidate on this level, we could start to roll over. We could very easily start to roll over, but again, this theory could be negated if earnings are a big miss and everything, more bad news comes out. So we're gonna have to see how all of this plays out, because I don't expect us to make a new all-time high, to be honest, with current market and economic conditions worsening, layoffs increasing. Earnings are not going to improve, demand is decreasing, and inflation is still not down low enough. And the Fed has record rates at they have rates at record levels right now. Housing's coming down. Everything's coming down, right? They're expecting a pivot, but I don't think the Fed's going to pivot that easily. I think they're going to keep them relatively high for longer than the market wants. They said no rate cuts until the end of the year. And we know what the Fed does and what they say is completely different. They could I think they're gonna cut rates eventually, but I think they're gonna do it actually before what they say. But you know the saying, don't fight the Fed. So we're gonna have to see. Let's take a look at Apple. So Apple, Paul's been looking at Apple. He's expecting Apple. If Apple earnings are a miss, it could propel Apple down to back up to that that $90, $94, $99 range, $100 range. Basically, tag this trend line right here. Right, and you could actually have a little bit of confluence here from this high, the pre-COVID high. I think this is the March 2020 crash. Or was it this one? Yeah, no, this was the March 2020 crash. Gap fill. You got a gap fill. Fed already said that rates are staying. Yeah, Fed has said that rates are not going lower this year. They're gonna keep them high. We're gonna have to see how because the market doesn't believe any of that. You could take a look at like future expectations of rates. They expect by the middle of the year that rates are gonna be back to like down to 2%. That's how detached the market is. The expectations are that rates are going to go down by down to 2% or lower by the middle of the year. We're January 20th right now. There's like 5 months left. They're saying that the expectations are so like crazy. I don't know who cooks up these numbers. Anyways, if we pump back up to that 200-day, that would be maybe a great point to short, or back up to this resistance here. That would be a nice point to short as well. You can see that we probably have a nice little trend line coming in right here, and we got some resistance right now for Apple. But you know, we pump back up, and we're tagging resistance right now. And if we break past that, you got the 200-day to take a look at. You got big tech earning coming soon. You know, big tech is coming. It's coming. It's in February. I wonder how Meta's gonna do, to be honest. Netflix missed earnings, but they had subscriber growth, and that's the important part. Is customer retention for them. We're in a channel right now for Netflix. Netflix is in a channel here, I would say. Market is stupid. No new money coming in the market. Yep, no money printing. Goldman earnings are proof that no new money is coming in. Yeah, and right now the banks are fighting each other for what like the scraps that are left on the market. I think BlackRock is probably one of the only institutions that are getting an injection of cash. Right, you can see that they did really well here at 84. Well, I wouldn't say really well, but they did okay. Had good earnings, and then they rallied up. But like, you can take a look at the other asset management companies, like Blackstone's doing pretty bad. JP Morgan's taking a hit now even after earnings. Let's take a look. Bank of America. Bank of America took a dive here. It was down a good amount. Bank of New York Mellon's rallying. Charles Schwab's. Oh, look at that. Resistance. You could just short it. Taking a nice dump. Wells Fargo's laying off their mortgage department. Credit Suisse is going to become Debit Suisse, so you guys don't need to worry. And IBM earnings are today. Or they're, sorry, it's because it's an Indian stock, so I guess the earnings are going to be released tomorrow. So we can actually Google it too, see how their earnings are doing. ICICI Bank earnings. Alright, they're saying ICICI Bank preview profits may jump 30% year over year. Q3 results preview, yes. Okay. 30% year over year of growth in net profit, according to the average estimates of 6 estimates. Net interest income is likely to grow. Wow, India's expected to still grow? Okay. Shares of the private sector lender have given double-digit returns so far in the current financial year. Hello, Yusuf. Let's see. Let's see how the earnings are gonna go. If earnings are a miss, then you know you might get a big leg down to 18 bucks. Let's run it through the indicator. Liquidated. Short-term reversal candle. Oh my god, look at those monthly candle sell signals. Jesus. Let's take a look at gold with this indicator. We need a... You know, gold's getting these big sell signals right now. And I would agree. I would definitely, you know, gold is probably getting to some major resistance here. 3 day. 3 days important. It's been a 12 day, another another one. Gold's gonna probably go back down. It's weird to see the traditional markets rallying and rallying with gold. Although gold got a pause day today. You got a buy signal on the hash ribbons as well. Capital One. Oh my goodness. Yeah, next week is going to be these credit companies like Visa, American Express. Let's run it through the end and see if we got anything interesting. Let's run it through the credit companies. See if we can see anything. Nothing there, nothing there. Okay. Alright, you got something going here. Maybe Visa's gonna take a dive on earnings. I could see that happening. This is 26, gonna be on the Thursday. Anything before? Anything before? Capital One's before. Capital One's on the 24th. MasterCard's on the 26th as well. American Express is on the 27th on Friday. Okay. So I guess your best bet is to take a look at... Capital One's fallen so much already. How much you really want it to fall? Next week is going to be interesting. There's lots of earnings next week. And I mean a lot. We are not too far, you know, we're not far from a level here. We're pretty, it's only like 3 to 4% more, and then you're gonna run into some resistance up here once again, and then you're gonna, you know, we're gonna get above the 200-day. People are gonna get excited. The SPY could push back up to 41.20, and then, you know, trap some more people, you know, because we broke out of the trend line. What you see a lot too is that just because you break above a trend line doesn't mean you start to moon right away, right? You can see, I'll give you guys a clear example, like Alibaba, right? Baba. So you guys can see that Baba broke out of this this major trend line, right? Alibaba broke out of this mother of all trend lines, and you know what? It went up a little bit, and then it proceeded to go back down and make a new low, right? Before coming back and, you know, starting to rally back up to 119 now. But you guys can take a look at the S&P. Could very easily break out of here. It could very easily break out, right? And then, you know, start to run into resistance either here or here, and then it could start to roll over and then, you know, make new lows. Excuse me, I burped there. It was a bullish burp. But yeah, we could very easily break out and then start to come back down, roll over, and just grind our way down on the trend line again. Maybe it's going to be a slow grind, you know? Who knows? Yeah, Paul's probably right. We're probably gonna go up a little bit, and then they're gonna drop it. The second that Jim Cramer says like the recession is over, there's new all-time highs coming soon in the stock market, he's gonna think that we're gonna come back up. That's probably the time you want to get into shorts. Just how Jim Cramer was touting to sell your Bitcoin. Well, he was telling you guys to get out of crypto right around 16,500. Now it pumped like crazy. Now Bitcoin just got like a 36% pump, 34% pump. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing. Hello, GeoBase. I haven't heard of anything on CNBC about gold though. Yeah, Paul, he did call the bottom for Bitcoin. Let me hear it from Paul. Paul, do you think Bitcoin has bottom, or will Bitcoin make a new low? I think Paul's gonna say like we're gonna go up to 25K and they're gonna bring it down to 12. Paul thinks 16 is the bottom and we will retest it again. End of Q1, miners must sell. Crypto miners or gold miners? He's probably talking about like the Riot blockchain miners and stuff. No CEO bonuses. Mara. Look at that big rally in Mara. That's a lot of buy signals for Rivian. We might get into a Rivian position on Monday. I think Rivian could be a great play actually. It's diverging. It's oh wow, this could be a great pick. I'm gonna make a list. Alright guys, I think that's time to go into Discord. We're gonna do our discussion, our weekly market analysis with the Discord members. So if you guys want to join in the chat, I'm gonna be there tonight and I'm gonna be talking with all the members about the markets to see what's going on. Very excited. Alright, let's go guys. Let's come and join the Discord and let's go have our weekly analysis. Thanks for joining guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Love you guys. Peace.